on the whole, a pretty quiet day with not that much data around, with a couple of exceptions. This is the DAX. So we had a bit of a flat top, bit of a spinning top on the daily yesterday, and an hour into the London Open, this just put in a sell signal and spent the rest of the day drifting lower. Hardly surprising, because this is a massive run. So all we're doing is we're just pulling back into the trend line. So big run here, just pull back into the trend line, into support, and then bam, we get a squeeze and we go. So this is leg 1, this is leg 2. Leg 3 I would expect, but could potentially come all the way down to 11,000. We'll drop down here and then get leg 3 into 12,000. But let's see. So in order to participate in that, if you are looking to get in that, then I would, if we do come down to that level, that's where I would start to get long. You can see from this little 50 EMA here, we are just too extended. The markets don't like to get too far away from the 50 EMA, and we were some distance away up there. Yeah, it has this natural desire, this natural magnet to want to get back to that 50 EMA. Okay, the other chart of note, unfortunately for us, Northern Hemisphere, this is a move that occurred, well, unless you stayed up at 3:30 in the morning, 4:30 European time, but we, obviously a lot of resistance up here. We did test 200 on the pound Aussie dollar, and here we are dropping lower. I have bought a position here because we've had so many flips to the upside off of this level. I'm just looking to see if this can hold, but again, we're too extended from the 50 EMA. So the market I may lose that position as it just drops into a support level. 50 EMA comes around, and then we get the next leg up. This is, and the Aussies have left their rates unchanged, but a lot of people are projecting 2% or 1.75% rates at the end of the year. They're currently 2.25. They were 2.5, and so we'll see. But certainly, yeah, if this doesn't hold, I'll be back in the market if we come down and find ourselves at either this level here, or who knows, this level here or this level here. But RSI has come off. We are in the midway. I'm just going to be, if this doesn't work out, then I'll just be patient and I will stand aside. But in the meantime, I am above water, but not by much at the moment. Right, the pound yen, not a great day trading vehicle recently, unless if you bought last week, you just had to buy the low and sit there, and then on Friday you got paid. This week we are just dipping down into a support level. Again, I have nibbled at the low down here, and then to see if we can now move sideways and then push back up to this level. I'm looking for this level up here, which is 187. We drill down to a 60-minute chart. You'll see how I've got my chart mapped out. Massive trend line coming in. This green line is sort of interim resistance, and then the red line at the top is weekly resistance. Okay, so if this chart pattern works out and we hold, dipping underneath this trend line is no bad thing. Doesn't mean the trend line's void. It just means the market was a little bit weaker, and there was a lot more support down there. At least that's what I'm hoping. and see, I bought a very low level and now just waiting to see if that can push higher. Right, back to a couple of our other dailies. Let's just get an update on where the euro is, as we've got ECB on Thursday and Bank of England on Thursday. The euro is just holding 112 at the moment. I mean, it's got the look of a market that could form a W pattern here and get back to 114 or 115, but you know, it's extreme RSI down here. We've just drifted down to low RSI here, but we're holding this hammer. I'd even just make it, let me enlarge that. Now, the last time we touched this hammer, it ignited a pullback that and got us into the top of this box and kept us in that box throughout February. So if this holds here, then this could form the base, and we could easily get a proper test of the 50 EMA, which we hadn't had since mid-December. I'm certainly not going to buy along that. I don't know anybody who is buying longs in Euro US, but don't forget, you know, that if the powerhouse in Germany starts to push off and improve, and we see some strong data coming through from Germany, that could lift it. You know, if the main economies in Europe are strengthening, and certainly the employment levels in Spain and Italy have been improving, then that could be sufficient to push that up. Right, let's look at gold, because obviously I'm long the pound Aussie dollar, and the strength of gold is going to have an impact on this market. So you see we're at the bottom of this channel at the moment, closing lower with the potential to at least test 1180. If we break this, I don't think we will hold 1180, and through the rest of the summer into the back end of the year, we could see this drifting down and breaking this support. Such is the strength of the dollar. We haven't looked at the pound US dollar, so I will have to just go back to that. So you can see the 50 EMA has held. So we could see some pushing back into the higher levels here, and ultimately, if it really gets going, 158, 160. But yeah, one step at a time. Certainly, and that's it's quite a good day. It's real relative strength to hold up at a time when the dollar has been very strong. So we hold here, form the stopping bar, and into Wednesday and Thursday start closing higher. That could break once Bank of England make their announcements and so on, and send that scurrying up. Now, the gilt market has been very weak and presenting low yields, so that could be an opportunity. It could be a signal that that market is ready to hold up. Let's have a quick look at oil. Resistance levels here, holding the bottom of this channel, could potentially roll over with Invent tomorrow and Fed beige book tomorrow. Okay, that's all I've got for you. So I am buying dips in the pound pairs and looking to see if the pound can at least hold its ground into Thursday and potentially push up into Friday. Alright, any questions, let me know. The room is open as usual for free trials and of course members, so see you tomorrow.